Stacy asked me to attempt painting alcohol ink on a vase in a previous video. So I started by drawing some poppy flowers on my clear vase, and I put the poppies where I wanted them to be placed, just as a rough outline, using this colored pencil that's meant for glass, and it wipes off quickly, cleanly, I should say. Here is the first step. I turn the vase upside down, and right now I'm painting on top of these poppies. I started with the dark green ink, and I show you the list of paints or inks that I used towards the end of this video, so you'll see. I'm placing some alcohol right here and attempting to get that ink to run down the vase, basically towards the top of the vase. It got pretty thin with the alcohol, so I continued to apply, and I'm sorry this is a little bit off screen, but I continued to apply that ink with a paintbrush, trying to get it to run down. And you'll see I continue to do this, just applying ink and alcohol and trying to blend it and getting it to run down. But my goal is to protect the top of the poppies. So I'm trying to be carefully painting right around those poppies at the top of them and letting these greens run down. Now you'll see I use I think it's a different green, the lighter green. I think it's called leaf green or something like that. And I'm letting that run down. And this part of the video shows more of a close-up of that process. I basically did the top of the poppies, and then I also painted with green on the bottom using the same method. And now you'll see I've sped this video up a little bit, but you'll see me painting the actual poppies themselves. And I'm using a mixture of reds. One is actually called poppy red, and the other one I think is a rosier pink color. And I'm trying to paint one petal at a time here. That far left petal actually has a space that looks bigger than I'm actually painting the petal. Later on I go fill in that with green. So you'll see dark green underneath that left petal instead of just that clear white space. So here you'll see me with the two different colors just painting different petal shapes. I'm trying to stay away from the green, so I leave a little white margin as best I can so that the pink doesn't settle into the green. Occasionally it does, but I'm trying to prevent that from happening as much as possible. Now you'll see these top petals of the poppy I keep as light as possible because against that dark green I want those petals to pop out. So you'll see I painted with light pink, and then I added a little bit more pink because it was a little too light. Now you see me just going over those petals, and every time I paint a petal, I repaint the entire petal so that it doesn't have funny shapes in the middle. I take a deep purple and paint the bottom of that poppy because poppies have dark areas at the bottom, and sometimes you'll see them, if you'll see a glimpse of them in the middle of the poppy. So as I get to completing these, you'll see some dark purples in the middle of some of these poppies. So here you see that I am just continuing to paint these petals and moving over to the next poppy. That left side messed up again. I don't know what it is with the left sides with me. So I went back in with some dark red to try to help cover up some of that brown that was happening when the initial red mixed with the green. I think adding the red to that left petal actually helped, and I decided to leave it alone. Again, painting that top petal light colors. I mixed together the red and the pink occasionally to get a third color, and basically just continue to paint with reds and poppy and pinks. And then at the end, I put some deep purple down at the bottom of the flower. So all in all, I think I painted 5 or 6 of these poppies in a similar manner. And honestly, don't want to bore you with that with this video. So here is basically the finished vase. And you can see, you know, the poppies that I painted. And here they are a little bit more of a close-up. And here you see that middle one has some dark right in the middle of it. And one more version of the entire vase. Here are the colors that I used, the inks that I used for this video. And that's it. So hopefully you enjoyed this and might give it a try. Let me know if you try it. Post pics in the comments if you can. Thank you very much.